Hi everyone, Joshua Hanlon here, and I've just started an incredible several-day trip down to Luxor and Aswan here in Egypt. And our very first stop for the day was here at the Karnak complex here in Luxor. I've got my guide Mahmoud here, and he has been taking us all around the site and telling us tons of incredible details in the history here at Karnak. So how long have you been doing guiding trips here in Egypt?
Like 12 years.
12 years, so yeah. A lot of experience then.
Yeah. I'm teaching this kind of science. I'm teaching Egyptology in Faculty of Archaeology as well. Also, I'm working as a tour guide. Yeah.
There you go.
So I'm trying to learn more and more and teach the students and teach my colleagues as well, and learn from my colleagues and learn from my students and learn from the people and the clients who I met every year, every day, every week, every month. So this is the way of life, to learn more and more and more. So keep learning every day.
I love that, and that's why we're here today at Karnak. So you just took us on an incredible tour of the whole complex. So for people who aren't familiar with Luxor and for Karnak, why is this site so important to the history of this area?
I mean, Karnak especially, it is the biggest and largest religious complex ever in the world. So the area, it's 62 fidan. It includes more than 16 temples and shrines, and a lot of chapels, and we have so many columns and also pylons. We have 10 pylons. We have 2 axes inside the temple. This temple started to build, at least till today, which we discovered. I mean, the most ancient fragments we discovered, the column which belongs to King Entip II from 11th dynasty. It still exists in the Luxor Museum. So maybe after new excavations we discovered something earlier, but till today it's the most ancient thing we discovered. So till the Greek and Roman and the Coptic period, we have Coptic graffitis inside this complex of Karnak. So Karnak, it's a very important place because the ancient name of Karnak is Ibitsu, the place of the thrones of the gods. So the place of and but from the coronation procession for the Egyptian kings, to be full king, full ruler of Egypt, you must add something for God Amr-Ra inside his complex. That's why it's very important. And why everybody focus in this place nowadays? Because it's the most preserved complex and the most preserved temples and the biggest and largest architectural place, ancient architectural place in Egypt, especially in Luxor. And it was built during the Renaissance period of Egypt, the New Kingdom period, which include the best and the most famous names and the big names from the New Kingdom period, like from Ramses I till the 11th, Hatshepsut, Nefertari, Nefertiti, Tutankhamun, Akhenaten, all of those kings from the New Kingdom period. That's why. So Karnak is Karnak.
It's an incredible site here. So talk about some of the main features. One of my favorite parts, probably my favorite part of this whole site, is the hypostyle hall with the massive columns in there.
Yeah. No, at Karnak we have the biggest for the biggest. I mean, we have here the biggest pylon and the biggest and the greatest hypostyle hall. So which is supported by 134 columns. So built by 4 kings, Amenhotep III, Ramses I, Seti I, and Ramses II. So it is an incredible area. The hypostyle halls, as we mentioned before, that it represents the field of papyrus and the place of the birth of the divine birth of Horus and the growing up of Horus area as well. So it is very important place, and it is very important location. Archaeological site in Egypt, Karnak. Yeah.
One interesting thing here at Karnak, and we might see this at some other sites as well, is the way that kings would get rid of some of the old hieroglyphics to put their own on there. So I think it was Ramses II, is that right, that kind of erased some of the older ones and replaced them with his own?
Yeah, this is the way of life for King Ramses II, because he was in love with himself. Actually, he liked to record his name everywhere. So he's the most famous king in ancient Egyptian time from the 19th dynasty. So I think nowhere, no place we can, in any place and everywhere we can find monuments and names and graffiti and descriptions and titles for King Ramses II. So Ramses II, his name is mentioned everywhere, from north to south. So Ramses II, the most famous and the most famous warrior king in ancient Egyptian times as well. So Ramses II, he used to chisel the names of the earlier and the previous kings and write down his name in the same place. So to record and to take the things to make it belongs to him. I don't know, but actually maybe it's he have an idea in his mind, but we don't know it. But anyway, he did these things. Yeah. But we know this statues, for example, it belongs to whom exactly. For example, we know it from the artistic features, the details, some small elements of the sculptures. So we know this belongs to whom exactly, that belongs to King Ramses or not, or Tutmosis or not, or so. And we mentioned before also the facial features of the statues of the gods. Even it's taking the features of the king who made those statues, because the king represents the face or the appearance of the god, and the god represents the appearance of the king. Yeah.
Another incredible detail here in the complex is the obelisks, and there are several examples of the obelisks in here. What are some of the best examples?
We just have 2 standing obelisks still exist, but we used to have more than 17 obelisks inside, but all of them disappeared now, broken, and some of them transported to another countries like Turkey, like
Paris?
Italy, like no, the Paris, it came from Luxor Temple.
Came from Luxor, okay.
Yeah, so Luxor Temple.
Okay.
So so some of the obelisks moved from Karnak and taken by the Romans to and transferred to the different countries around the world.
Yeah.
So it's our ambassadors in the foreign countries. Yes.
There you go.
It's our free advertisement.
It's like a billboard.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for the overview of this site. So this is just the first of many different sites that we'll be visiting on our trip here in Luxor and then down to Aswan. So we look forward to taking you on that journey with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, bye. We can read hieroglyphics from left to right, or right to left, or up to down, but not from down to up. But to read the cartouche, it's something quite different, actually. So it depends the form or the figure or the sign or the symbol facing to which side. If it's facing to the right side, we started to read from right to left, or if it's facing to the left side, so we started from left to right. And about the cartouches, you should follow the grammar way of reading. Plus, you have to respect the names of the gods. You should put the name of the god or the symbols which referring to the gods in the top, even if you'll not read it at the beginning. For example, here, Min Khibr Ra, 1, 2, 3. So we mentioned the name of God Ra at the end, but we put him in the top because it's the name of the god. It's very important here.